It's not enough for him to almost get hit by a train or a bus. He has to do it riding a little bike.
Right,
they even
slowly.
say that slowly, and wobbling.
He can barely keep it on the two wheels. He's so slow on that bicycle.
Some of this stuff is actually funny. Even the movie, one dude tells him because he's trying to cut in line for a job, and they yank right out that line.
On the way up.
Watch the cars.
He about to run right.
I like how my man still talking. All right, man, I got it, goddammit.
You know, years ago, there was a show that some of you younger folks out there might not remember, but it was hilarious. It was a little show called In Living Color. Had some people on there called the Wayans, and they were considered to be the bad boys of comedy, especially sketch comedy back in the day. And maybe they weren't always the bad boys, but they would do stuff that was just funny. Some things that were just things I thought I only noticed. They would go and make these crazy sketches out of. One of these was about Richard Pryor. I thought I was the only one that noticed that Richard Pryor is scared of everything. But apparently I was not.
You were not.
They also noticed, and they made a sketch about it. To me, it's one of the funniest things they've done.
Richard Pryor is back.
Now, this is my favorite part. Cause one of the things I love about this, it don't even make sense sometimes.
No.
But that's what he would do.
Yeah, that's what he would do. This part, I quote this part sometimes. He ran off with that.
Yeah, this is what he would do.
Yeah.
He would run off like
Yeah.
I love that.
Kermit the Frog.
I love that. There's no heart in my right baby. I looked at that sketch right there, man. You know, with the and the running, the failing of the Buckeyes, the flailing of the arms and everything. And I said, well, you know, there's some truth in that, but that's probably a little exaggerated.
Right. That was more of his mid-'80s shtick than anything else.
But I watched the toy, and I was like, they are not too far off.
No, they wasn't bullshit.
They wouldn't. No, they said, you know what? They're kind of on point with this sketch right here.
He was fully in the throes of doing that in 1982.
Oh, he sure was, man. And this is where we get into a movie from 1982 called The Toy.
$10,000?
For that kind of money, if Eric blows his nose, you wipe it.
No, this is a movie where this is a movie where you have a rich white kid buy a black man.
Dressed like a little Nazi. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. You will dance for me. Buys a black man played by Richard Pryor and pretty much makes him a male mammy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now this is the 80s, so a lot of times they thought, well, you know, you black folks are funny. That's just what you do. You know, we buy you, you make us, you amuse us. I mean, you know, what's the big deal? Today, that's not such a that is it's offensive. You know, I mean, I look at this bad thing. I actually think it's kind of funny, but I was like, wow. A lot of people told me, they said, yeah, it's a movie where a white kid buys a black dude, almost kind of like a slave. And I thought, well, you know, man, y'all exaggerating that a little bit. I watched this and like, they wasn't too far off. It's pretty much on the edge of that right there. So that's why I'm saying, you know, looking at this, also starred, as you can see, two comedy legends. You have Richard Pryor, as you see right here, and you also have Jackie Gleason. Mm-hmm. Your grandparents might know Jackie Gleason from The Honeymooners, a few other things.
You might know him as Fred Flintstone or Homer Simpson.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Or
He's
Griffin.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's the prototype for all those dads out there, except not as dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ned Beatty's in it too.
Yeah, Ned Beatty's in it. Yeah, there's a few people in there that your grandparents might know, maybe even your parents. So to get into this, you know, let's address the obvious. A rich white kid buys a black man. Now, I thought that this premise was done out of some naivete, that they had done it back in the day, not realizing what they actually had done.
Oh, no. They
not realizing what that they had done. Like I thought, maybe they don't fully realize how bad this looks. And they're like, no, we know.
Let's blow it up right away.
The black man.
He wants one in black, all right? Let's go.
The black man.
No, I want a black man.
Ned Beatty's timing there was great.
Yeah. They know what they're doing so much in this. They let you know in the background, like in case you have any doubts, we want you to know that yes, we meant for this dude to be a slave. They got Confederate flags in the background.
If you wouldn't mind.
Boom, right there. Right up there.
Oh shit! Oh, right there.
Yeah, right there.
Front and center.
Front and center.
If you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I'm not.
So look, I just don't want him throwing a tantrum in my department. Oh, no.
Looking like they just captured a runaway slave.
Yeah, for real. They all struggling with him and shit. I mean,
Get your ass up, boy.
We done told you about running off like that.
Next time it's gonna cost you a foot.
At least half one.
And Richard Pryor, and this this movie has quite a few people that some of you youngsters might recognize in here, because let me look at this. Oh, the toy. So it has Richard Pryor, as you see here, and we just named Jackie Gleason as another big famous face in there. But you might remember your boy Scott Schwartz from A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Eric. And Richard Pryor played Jack Brown. Get on down. But cleaners. Jack Brown. The Jack Brown cleaners.
I know, that's all I can think about.
That's all you can think about.
That's what he did with the money.
George Jefferson.
Yeah. So, Richard Pryor, he tries to have some self-respect in this. Like he mentions that, listen, y'all, what y'all are doing here, y'all know this is slavery, right? And we don't do that no more.
I can't be bought. No. No, this got settled into Civil War.
You can't have slaves.
No!
No, goddammit.
But it doesn't matter, because they continue to dehumanize the shit out this man.
He continues to allow them to dehumanize the shit.
They bought his ass, and I would say gift wrapped him, but they didn't.
Oh shit! I forgot about that scene.
They put his ass in a crate.
Yep, like a Tasmanian devil.
Wait a minute, hold on. Listen to this. Listen.
Help, please. I need air.
They put him in there with little air holes.
Yeah.
Ass in there suffocating. I need air.
Get your ass out that box. I can't drive over.
Yeah. Who cares shit? And I thought that was bad. I thought it was bad enough they put him in a box with 3 tiny air holes in there. Like he's a fucking animal.
Right.
If only they had treated him like an animal. Because I thought it couldn't get any worse than that. And they open up that box. He's been in there so long, his legs can't move.
Right.
They slapped a bow on him.
I know.
A bunch of styrofoam.
Covered him in styrofoam.
Packing peanuts and shit. It's like, man, that's the fucked up thing. It's like, I could have taken a bus here, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and carried him in that way.
Yeah. They slapped a bow on his ass. If they had treated him like an animal, that would have been better. They treated him like a goddamn object. Like Amazon shipped his ass.
Yeah. Amazon don't put that much packing
Yeah,
peanuts.
When did Amazon start selling black dudes?
Yeah, for real.
You know what? You never look for one. They might be on
They
there.
might be on there.
Because they sell everything else.
Shit, we might be for sale. Hey, where am I going? Hey, we might end up looking like that.
Hey,
Where am I?
Part of your Twitch contract. They're owned by Amazon.
Man, think about this. Like a guy who had as much clout as he did. This is what Hollywood thought was the role for him.
Yeah, you're right.
Because most of the comedy does not come from the comedic talents, the joke-telling talents of Richard Pryor. Most of it comes from them making him look as silly as possible.
Jesus Christ, man.
Boy, there's just a point like after 1972, whenever they do the joke is they speed up the film.
Yeah.
I was just like, that is the laziest goddamn thing you could do.
Oh, yeah.
But that God must be crazy shit.
But this is even worse because he's doing that scared black man shit. That's what they did. Again, this is what they did back in the 30s when they
to emasculate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something from the Three Stooges.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sad at this, but I did laugh my ass off.
Yeah,
This is so stupid.
Because you're like, wouldn't you just run out the open door?
Right. Why are you climbing on the door?
What's funny about that? Like, you gotta climb shit.
No, you gotta do some banana split
Yeah.
shit.
Jackie Gleason plays. He got a. We'll talk about him in a little bit. He plays a. We'll talk about his name and everything a little bit, but he plays a business tycoon, and who gets his way no matter what.
He owns the town.
He owns the town to the point where he got tired of people going over to this stream that's on some property that he owns, and so when Eric and Jack Brown get on down, they go when they go fishing. He tells him, he's like, yeah, my dad got tired of these people coming over here and swimming and throwing beer cans around. So you're thinking like, so what do? He like maybe had security put out there. I mean, I don't know, maybe electric fence or something. No, that fool brought him some piranhas from the Amazon.
Filled him with piranhas.
Filled the river with piranhas.
So Daddy bought a whole bunch of piranhas. You know, the first week they were here, a cow went in there, all gone.
So he's trying to kill people because he can get away with it.
Oh, he can get away with anything.
Yeah.
He can buy a human being and get away with anything.
This dude brought black slavery back.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Piranha ain't nothing.
Yeah, piranha ain't shit. Hell, I'll feed your ass piranhas. You mess around. He bought a black man, so he can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Packing peanuts. Can't get over that.
So you're thinking, besides this man being a tycoon that can get away with anything, well, that's still a little extreme. Why would they go that far to put piranhas in the water around there? Well, if they didn't, you wouldn't have a funny joke like this.
You gotta run on top of the water.
He run on water. Black Jesus, boy. Jesus walked on water. This brother ran.
And he got there because he didn't believe him, right?
He got it because he didn't believe him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't
and
no
they
piranhas
had
in
to
the
turn it
water.
into Danger Island.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling you, no piranhas in the water. Yeah.
High stepping on top of
High
the
step, look at the boots high stepping.
That's not even a Richard Pryor joke. It's just
No.
him sped up running
Yeah.
on top of water.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Long ass setup for that bullshit.
Now, you're probably wondering how this self-respecting black man here, how he even allowed himself to be in this position. Well, one, he's desperate because his house is about to be taken away from him.
He's going to auction off the house. We haven't made a payment in 6 months,
That's
Jack.
because I haven't finished the book, and when I finish my book, the publisher will give me money, and then I'll make the payments on the
Jack,
house.
would you stop about the book?
Okay, let me say something about this book. This book he's writing that they set up is such a big plot point right here. That shit is never mentioned again.
It really is not.
Oh, no.
Not.
Come on, give this brother a career.
No, because he's all about, I'm going to write this book and it's going to take care of everything. And later he's just like, can I get a job at the newspaper?
They never bring up that book again. And let's just say, I can tell you, this book ain't even being written.
Mm-hmm.
He lying his ass off. Shit, the movie opens up with him out in the front yard when he should be writing, out in the front yard playing cards, talking about eating dogs.
What is this, a dog thing? I got 2 dogs, why don't you bring them down and we can barbecue
I'll
them?
do that. You can eat them.
Boy, she ready to cook them dogs.
Yeah.
But them dogs are dead. He's lucky to be alive. Really, he's gotten by just on sheer luck. I don't know who likes him up there, but that's the only way he's gotten by in life, because he's goddamn black Mr. Magoo in this, because he's just going around, oblivious to the world.
He can't hear. Oh, he got headphones on.
He got headphones on. He's out there causing traffic jams and getting people injured on the bus.
Oh my God, he's going to hit that man!
Riding all slow as shit.
Yeah, and seeing as Raycons hadn't been invented yet, you know he could hear that train.
You know he
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, you know he can hear that train. I like the way everybody in here is having a good time. This fool's laughing right here. Look at that extra.
Yeah, he laughing.
Look at that extra right there.
Yeah.
This person laughing over here. He just happened to be in a movie.
Oh, yeah. That, they probably had to jump up against that thing like 5, 6 times, you know.
But that whole thing of him wearing earphones and being oblivious to the world, that doesn't say anything about his character or this story that's going on. It's just we need gags.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a book to write.
Yeah, he's got a book. And riding around, I mean, they try to do everything to just make it look stupid because they think that's funny. Like the whole thing, I mean, it's not enough for him to almost get hit by a train or a bus. He has to do it riding a little ragged-ass bike.
Right,
they even say that slowly, wobbling and shit.
He can barely keep it on the 2 wheels. He's so slow on that bicycle.
Some of this stuff is actually funny. Even the movie, one dude tells him, because he's trying to cut in line for a job, and they yank his ass right out that line. They say, get on your little raggedy bike and take your ass on.
Look here, I'll tell you what to do. Listen
Oh, you waiting on the job?
Yeah.
Fucking with him on the way up.
Watch the cars.
He about to run right.
I like, oh man, still talking shit. All right, man, I got it, goddammit. I'm leaving.
All of them messing with him.
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
I'm surprised they just wanted to hit him with a newspaper. He went by.
You get the impression Richard Pryor didn't know how to ride a bike before this shoot started.
Yeah, it feels that way because, or he just, yeah, you're right.
He looked like he just learned. Like
He just learned yesterday.
Like they just took the training wheels off.
Yep.
Look at that.
If you can't find it, come back up to the
Shit,
front again.
okay, hold on. I got it now.
Watch the cars.
Fuck.
That dude hit him. That dude with the newspaper hit him when he went by. Look at this.
Watch the cars.
Get your ass out of here.
Yeah. But even the long shots, like before the train and before the bus, he's really struggling on that bicycle, man. It's like, it's uncomfortable. Like, I know you could ride better than that, goddamn.
The Negro's mentally challenged, man. I struggle because it's offensive. I struggled not to use the R word, but that would have been offensive to people who have mental disabilities. You know,
they do better than what
they
he's
do
doing.
better. Man, there are so many people with mental disabilities who can hold down a job. All right, so my respect to you. This motherfucker can't.
He definitely ride a bike better than that.
He's got that one job in the toy store. That's the easy working by himself.
That's the problem. You can't leave this man alone by himself.
What the fuck, man?
26, 32.
See, he don't think he don't know there's anybody's in there.
him.
So he thinks he's in there by himself and he's just fucking around. I mean, you come back the next morning, that whole store be torn up.
Yep.
I will say this though. There's some cheap ass mannequins, man. That motherfucker fell apart immediately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what? Okay, stop, Wonder Wheel. Nice Wonder.
Tearing up shit, see?
I mean, you can see why Eric wants to buy him.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, look at this stupid
Yeah,
motherfucker. He can keep me entertained for weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But what's he supposed to be doing at the store?
He's supposed to be cleaning up.
Oh,
He's supposed to be cleaning up and
Tearing
causing
shit
a
up.
mess.
He's tearing shit up.
And by the way, that Wonder Wheel joke, it just keeps going.
Miracle Wonder Wheel. The best one.
Like, we just a step above Tom Green shit at this point.
Right, and you look at this and you go, who's supposed to be laughing at this?
Come on, Wonder Wheel. You haven't even been to the zoo.
You know,
They gave him nothing to do, in all fairness.
Right.
he's
Just-
one of those guys that you got to give him something. Like ad-libbing is probably not his best thing. All right, they just put him in a silly ass situation.
I mean, sometimes it is, but that was just one. It was just too much. It was just too hard.
You know,
gotta
you're
put
right.
him-
You're
you
right. Because
gotta
he is
put
a
him in
great
a
ad
situ-
libber, man.
Yeah.
But when you put him in a silly ass situation like this,
Yeah.
gotta put
I
him
mean,
in a
what?
proper
What?
situation.
And the camera keeps rolling.
Right. Yeah.
When is this gag gonna ever end?
What are any of us supposed to do with this? The most embarrassing part is when he gets the job as a maid. And dresses like a goddamn maid.
This is ridiculous, man. Come on.
little bonnet in his afro.
Yeah, and a skirt.
And a skirt and still got his mustache. I mean, come on, y'all.
They at least have worn
box.
pants.
Chicken, Mr. Morehouse.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, oh no, it's you again. and
And he can't even serve fried chicken.
He can't serve fried chicken, people. Fried chicken is a simple thing to serve. Get the tongs, grab the chicken, put it on a plate. He can't do that.
Can't do that.
He can't do that. No, he's got to keep fucking around. Just put it on the goddamn plate. Yeah, touch it with his hands.
and shit.
And he fought to get that job.
I don't have the dexterity for
Yeah,
this.
no,
Just
he
fuck
can't. He
it.
just
Here
said
you
it
go.
ain't as much fun. It's like, I can't
Oh.
act like I'm dribbling a basketball with this shit.
Fun.
Yeah,
I got bored.
I can't treat chicken like basketballs. I'm using the tongs. That's stupid. When he's not acting like a mentally ill person, they just have him like really. If he's not saying a bunch of bad ad libbing because they give him nothing to do, he ain't messing up his job. then they just have him standing around just bugging his eyes out.
What the fuck is that? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, it doesn't require that reaction.
Jesus Christ, man.
But this room showed it all crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's like all he do is pull the table in.
Yeah.
Like the normal reaction be like, wow, that guy's kind of a dick.
Right.
That's it now.
Ooh, boy, these white folks so crazy up in here. Yeah, that's again going back to that 30s coon shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he ain't doing that, he's doing the Richard Pryor crying about things. A kid Eric just poured oatmeal over his head. He can't take no more.
I did laugh, and I laughed mostly because of his reaction. Because when that oatmeal came on him, it's like it broke his heart.
Yeah.
Wait,
Shit did, 'cause
he got slimed.
the kid threw the oatmeal on?
Like put in a bucket and waiting for him to come through the door and dropped it.
Oh, to fuck with him again?
Yeah, the fucking he just and his spirit just broken.
What'd you do?
That shit just dripping.
Yeah. But he's also like, I'm gonna kick his little ass. That's what makes me laugh about it. Cause like he's trying not to.
Yeah.
It's funny because if you can't understand him at first, but you can speak Pryorese if you listen.
Yeah, if you listen, yeah.
After a little while.
After a little while. You know, his language is usually made up of sounds. But if you listen clearly, you can dictate.
It don't even look like oatmeal.
Oh, man. Yeah, boy.
Was he spanking or something?
No.
Oh.
No.
Kid's rich. What are you talking about?
And, yeah. And then after all that, my man has a nerve to sit up here and say,
Believe me, I have dignity.
get the fuck out of here. No,
shit.
I know that ship sailed a long time
Yeah,
ago.
sure
Still
did.
got the bow on you?
The moment they took you out that crate, your dignity was gone.
Yep.
They did not order a side of dignity with you.
It does keep cycling back to that him having his moments of like, I can't take this and I have dignity, and he goes back to doing the same shit.
Yeah, he does. He does,
It's like
man.
the dignity where you couldn't serve fried chicken, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff you've
different.
done to yourself. That's what I'm saying. You wonder how this man got sold into modern slavery? Because he's stupid. That's why.
Be smart, kids. Don't
Yeah.
let this happen to you.
Yes. They should play this for students. If you do not behave in school and pay attention, you will be sold into modern black slavery.
Unless you want that money.
Oh. Jeez. Shit like this that
stand it.
yeah. Well, you know, it's things like this make me want to watch a good movie. You know, after all of this.
I know.
Good thing I saw one the other day, and I got one for you.
I found it.
Folks, that is Evil Dead Rise, and I want to thank Warner Brothers and Evil Dead Rise for sponsoring this portion of the show. And you can tell that this is a very much true ad read right here because we just reviewed the movie, last night?
Yeah.
And Martin didn't get a chance to see it, but I think I sold you on it because I was telling
You
you
did.
how good this is. So when I'm telling you how good this is, I'm not just being paid to tell you this. I genuinely enjoyed the movie. It's a really cool movie that stands out on its own. They leave the cabin in the woods and end up in an apartment complex in the middle of the city, one of the places that you'll think you'll be the safest, but not from those deadites, not from pure evil. They are not. Really enjoyed this movie a lot, man. Very much, very much. My only regret is that I did not get to watch this with a crowd. One of the things I told you before we were done is I would like to see this again, or if people out there are going to go see it, make sure you go see this with an audience.
It's been getting good word of mouth.
It should.
I saw a bunch of stuff online today.
Yeah, no, it should, man. One of the things about this that I really enjoyed is that the way they just tear this family apart. It's sad and it is tragic, but it's also pretty exciting. A little bit of humor in this too. And one of the things I enjoyed about it is that it really does stand on its own, separate from the other Evil Dead movies that we've seen, especially like the remake. So if you want to go see this, first of all, go to EvilDeadRiseMovie.com and get your tickets there to see Evil Dead Rise in theaters April 21st. And as I said, I really did enjoy this. Go watch our review if you don't believe me. And I am not being paid to say that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken this.
Sure.
I actually do think people have a good time with this. I enjoyed the movie very much. I think if you like horror,
So scary.
if you like the Evil Dead series, then please go to EvilDeadRiseMovie.com to get your tickets to see Evil Dead Rise in theaters April 21st. I want to thank Warner Brothers and Evil Dead Rise for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. All right. Let's see here. So, besides being stupid, he might actually have a legit reason, Jack Brown, played by Richard Pryor. He might actually have a legit reason for not getting a good job, the job that he actually wants. So, apparently, going by the movie, he's smart enough to be a journalist.
Yeah.
But he says that the newspaper that he wants to work for, the Bugle, he says, well, you know, they kind of racist.
You're obviously a journalist. You should go see the people in Mr. Bates's newspaper.
The Bugle, they're not hiring any blacks.
Now, coming from his dumb ass, I might not believe it, but he is kind of right, because the newspaper is owned by a racist.
Yeah, everybody in the town. I mean, he owns everything in the town.
He owns everything in the town. And talking about Jackie Gleason as Ulysses S. Bates. He has an old racist name.
He does.
Yeah.
U.S. Bates.
Yeah, he should have a Confederate statue built up for him, holding slaves. You know, he has a name of a slave owner. Anytime anybody's named Ulysses.
Right.
Yeah. But he is a mogul that owns many of the businesses in town, including the Bugle. And, you know, Jackie Gleason is just a really charming guy.
Yeah, he's a complete sociopathic asshole.
Oh, he is.
But he is charming.
He is very charming because Jackie Gleason is such a charming actor, and they don't play up his racism a whole lot, but it comes out. You know, and other things come out. I mean, yeah, he's charming, albeit also racist and maybe a little sexist.
Very strong for a little lady. And you have a lot of hair on your lip. We don't like our waitresses to have hairy lips.
It does spoil the appetite, though. No, I'm joking.
You can't joke like that.
You can't joke like that today. You can't talk to people like that today. Even him, a mogul as he is, could not speak to a woman like, boy, she'd be back with a lawsuit the next day.
Oh, yeah.
She have a whole organization of mustached women. A bunch of women look like Super Mario. But you do, like, he's a very charming guy. They don't play up his racism, but you do see it coming out in very small portions.
It's the one subtle thing in this movie.
It really is. It really is, man. Like, for one, again, that Confederate flag, it left the store, followed him home.
Damn.
Yeah.
He said it followed him home.
Yeah, it is up. It's almost like that flag is stalking Jack Brown, man. That flag is featured prominently in Ulysses' office.
Some people exercise their tibias, their fibias. I exercise my patience.
Look at it, way in the background.
Right there, wait for him.
It's Louisiana.
Yep.
Oh, I was just about to ask you where it takes place. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Also,
about right.
He warns his wife. I mean, it seems like he's just being courteous, but he does warn his wife about the strange black man just wandering through the halls. If you see him, don't be alarmed. I bought his ass.
He bought a black man.
There's a real live black man here in this house?
It's only for a week.
After that, we'll fumigate and we'll take inventory to make sure nothing's stolen. You know?
Also, try not to fuck him.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what he's really going.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could control yourself, that would be great. God damn it. I don't know. I don't want nothing to do with him.
Who's that actress, man? She is hot as fuck.
Teresa Ganzel. She used to be in a lot of movies around that time.
She was. I can't remember which ones.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about how hot she was in watching this. You're like, there's some of the scenes she walks in, you're like, God damn.
She looks like Anna Faris.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does. I mean, they show them titties off the whole movie. I remember that when I was a kid.
You look at his kitchen staff. His kitchen staff is, you saw it earlier. His kitchen staff is full of nothing but black women, black people serving up nothing but white people, and his staff is racist, man. There's a scene.
Jesus.
There's a scene where Richard Pryor, Jack Brown got locked out the house.
Of course he did. Why not, right?
The alarm went off, but all the security is chasing his ass while he's dressed up in a Spider-Man costume, right?
Oh, and the Spider-Man pajamas.
But the Spider-Man pajamas, they chase him while he's dressed in Spider-Man pajamas, and they just yell all kind of racial stereotypes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he might be armed and dangerous.
I heard probably on drugs.
Yeah.
He just got the penitentiary, Negro, marijuana, probably on drugs.
He got the penitentiary.
He got that at the penitentiary.
Negro, can you run right? You ain't got to keep running like this. Oh, that coon ass run. He's doing.
There it is.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Well, he's got on socks. Maybe the gravel's hurt.
Maybe the pajamas are tight. I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
It's just funny because all that's ADR.
It is.
Oh,
They
yeah.
shot it and come in after like, let's just say a bunch of racist shit.
All that shit is just racist ADR.
Wait, he might be armed and dangerous.
He might be
Armed and dangerous. I heard that one.
With marijuana, I bet you.
I was on the marijuana. I bet you.
Dad burn varmint, rootin', tootin', scootin', furtin', dirty,
Dirtest furnace.
Dad burn Negro.
Dirtest furnace.
What you
And then
say?
it just scared me.
Racist ADR.
Then it just scared me. Start throwing shit. Oh! He got dirt
They have
claws.
to have the drivers coming at him and him scared because of the alarms. They go like, let's sweeten this by, we'll just, and it's not like it's the same dude saying all
Right,
this stuff.
yes, yeah, right. And it's clear none of those motherfuckers are talking. It's so clear. I mean, it's just not saying a fucking word,
Yeah,
man.
just do your
my
best,
mouth moving.
your best racist Yosemite Sam.
And it's
Just
just
Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
It's the same guy. He's on drugs. Just because you go to the east side of the mic don't mean you change your
Yeah,
voice.
they be wondering like what shit he said when they were like, whoa, that's a we ain't saying all
Wait a
that.
minute.
That's the one. That's the shit they went with. I want to see what they cut out. Hey, man.
Goddamn jigaboo, porch monkey right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Cut.
monkey cricket.
No, man, we didn't want to go that
Hey.
far now.
By the way, nobody told you to say all that shit.
You know, they like cut. You're like, what? You told me to be racist.
Oh, y'all ready?
I just did what naturally came out.
That was just rehearsal.
Kill his black ass. Hang him high.
Hang him down.
Cut his black testicles off and hang him high.
I want his toes.
Stick him in his mouth. Hey, can you tone it down just a little bit?
No, I'm just getting started.
No!
I had a flow. Why'd you stop me?
We ain't gonna be professional, I guess.
I was in the zone.
You sure were.
Yeah, racist ass zone.
Yeah.
Oh, the nanny, man. They got a German nanny up in here. She got a man dingo fish.
She can't just be German. She's straight up Nazi.
She's straight up Nazi too. Yeah, she got a Mandingo fetish, and she forced herself on him. And then when the kid came by, she like rape.
Oh.
Mr. Brown,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
sit
I want my-
down. I'll jump on top of you. Oh, how disgusting for him to...
Oh my God! Quick, boy.
Quick, rape.
I mean, it was like as soon as she opened that door, she was like, "Shit, special delivery!" Like she didn't
She
even go.
attacked his ass.
She didn't
Yeah.
even go. Oh, hey, why don't you come on in? She was like, "Shit, I ain't gonna get another opportunity like this. You bring your black ass
Look
in
at
here."
this. She
I'm gonna make
tackled
this-
him.
Listen to me. This
your ass in his
Brown
bed.
and
Yeah.
Pryor,
I know,
and
but
they're
can I-
all wet. Now tell me something.
You can talk dirty if you want. It's some Spider-Man pajamas. Well, you know she want
Because
that.
that's her second attempt.
Yeah,
And I guess she was
it
like,
sure
all
was.
right, I ain't got time to bullshit now.
What was the first attempt?
Oh, it was in the bathtub. She's trying to get him in the tub.
Yeah. You can come to my bathtub. Yeah. They say that a hero will come now. They say that a hero will come in and fuck me again.
Think you know who I am? Think again. Oh, Mary Jamie.
You know who I am? Think again, lady.
People have pointed out that he's dressed as Spider-Man, but he wants to work at the Bugle.
I know. I didn't think
Oh,
about
wow,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Superman connections, too.
Well, like Warren Beatty.
Ned Beatty.
Warren Beatty, Ned Beatty.
Yeah, and then,
Him.
and then the next year, Richard Pryor was in Superman 3.
Yeah.
And the year before, he was in Some Kind of Hero with Margot Kidder. And this movie's directed by Richard Donner.
Oh, this is directed by Richard.
Yeah.
Oh
Richard
my
Donner did
God.
this?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey man, they all got one in their resume.
Yeah.
Whoa. Richard,
That's man, Jesus.
what are you doing?
Hold on. All right, now we can go again. I did not realize Richard Donner directed this. God damn. Take it
So at the end of the movie, here's the kicker. So you want this is where the real racism comes out. This is where it gets as blatant as it can be. Near the end of the movie, you find out that Ulysses is just straight up working with the Ku Klux Klan.
The Klan really appreciates what you're doing here, U.S. These Democrats don't know or support us.
By the way, they changed his audio. If you heard that, like it was one dude talking, and it sounded like another dude was talking right after that.
Clarence, we agreed to keep that under our hat.
So he knows good and goddamn well he's working with the Klan.
Yeah. And it ain't a thing later where he goes like, I just have to do this for tax purposes or reasons or get these dummies on my side. He's into it.
He's into it. And bringing other people in is funny because not even being considerate of other people who might not like the Klan, because he's bringing in other politicians who they don't know that the Klan is just wandering around at the party.
Senator, you know who you're taking a picture with?
No.
No.
He's like wiping his hands off.
You know who you're taking a picture with?
No.
Like, oh, shit.
What is that, a Grand Wizard or something?
Yeah, that's a Grand Wizard, yeah.
He said, fuck.
But him working with the KKK is never addressed. It's never talked about again. Like there's never any kind of moment for this man to have any kind of redemption here for working with the Klan. He don't give a fuck about it. Like, journalist Richard Pryor should be the main one to confront him about this, and he doesn't, man. What they do is that they just forget about it, and the part where Richard Pryor should probably be coming in and being like, hey man, you know, no wonder your son hates you. You're a bigot. Oh yes, but I've learned the error of my ways having you in my home. None of that shit at all.
Which would be bullshit too, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, it would be bullshit too, but it would be addressed.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what I admire more. If I respect more, would they try to actually give him some redemption, or they just said, fuck it, he's just a racist? You know, that's kind of what they did.
It's almost like they said, like, well, it's 1982. Racists out there. You know,
we ain't gonna change it.
We just live with them.
We probably have more of a realistic ending here with them never talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't get talked about. What they do is they just have some little bullshit speech about his son, and end it with some goof-ass speech about loving your kid and a lame joke that, you know, some lame alluding to being gay joke.
Come on, Pops, how you doing? Say I love you.
I love you.
Say it.
I love you.
Say it louder.
I love you.
Ooh, we're not gay. Ooh.
Well, back then, that was a go-to joke.
That was the go-to joke.
Damn, you're actually fine.
They might be gay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, hey, look, they're doing gay shit.
Right.
Oh,
gay shit like hugging.
Yeah.
He's on his lap too.
A lot of things just don't make sense here. Or maybe they do in a certain way, you know, like Eric is a brat in the movie, but it's funny because they keep buying him shit that they know he's gonna use to destroy the house.
God damn!
I love those headset sound effects.
Of course, when they hit the door, whose door do they hit?
Oh yeah, look at that.
And she got a Hitler on in the background.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She's got a Hitler TV show on the background.
Oh, she does.
Hitler,
Oh,
wow,
shit.
Good catch.
Oh, Jesus. But Eric, man. So after being a brat, of course now this did make me laugh. Now this has no logic whatsoever, even for a movie like this. But you have to have the moment where Eric starts to settle down, and him and Jack start to bond with each other, and so they said, man, well, you know, you got all this expensive stuff. You are a kid who has stuff that a regular newspaper would have to print an actual newspaper. You and I, and he tells the kid, we should make a newspaper. And the kid is like, yeah, you know what, we can. This was funny. He said he started to make a newspaper, but instead of it being like news around town and everything, the kid is like, yeah, we could just make a newspaper. We just talk shit about my dad.
Yeah. Expose all the criminal activities he's done.
Yeah, we could just expose all of the shady shit that he's done. All of his secrets and all of the dirt, all the dirty laundry, and how he's a terrible boss, and how he kind of like Stockholm syndrome to his young wife, and all of the employees that he mistreats. Now, they make that, and they serious with this. This is not something that they just made to have fun. They make it, they print it, and it's an actual little magazine or a little tabloid or a little newspaper, and they print 1,000 of those motherfuckers and go handing them out on the street for free.
God damn, man.
Read this paper, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
And they got this music playing like they are doing
something good.
Like they are doing something charming. Make it seem like they're going out for like ice cream or something.
Yeah.
But
They're finally bonding.
They doing a whole smear campaign on his dad.
But the music's like they're on a tandem bike or some shit.
Like they're
smear campaign.
Like they're running to the park or something. They have to hand it out.
Handing out their libelous newspaper.
Talking shit about their dad and all. They play like cute ass music.
Yeah, that's true. It's not libelous.
And his grown ass is in on it.
I know.
In front of his dad's
idea.
It was.
In front of his dad's company. They had his shit out. Here you go.
Yeah.
This is Bates Industries. Yeah, look. That's his company, right?
Yeah. Bates Industries is like, well, I'm sure nothing bad can come from this.
Right. Actually, wasn't it the kid's idea? But he was just kind of like, yeah, that's a good idea. And it's like, what? It's a lawsuit.
Right. Well, it was Jack's idea to start a newspaper when the kid said, yeah, we could expose my dad. He was like, okay.
Yeah, Jack, that's a good idea. It's like, no, it's a terrible idea. His grown ass encouraging his kid.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, what had me laughing is they're giving this shit out to kids.
Yeah.
Hey, read about this piece of shit.
It's almost like we can expose my dad. Why don't we write about what's happening for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
There's an article we can get behind. No, man, it's about my dad, how he fuck people over and kill people.
Yeah, let's write something that like maybe highlights the community and does something good for the people. And he's like, yeah, talking shit about my dad is good for the people. I love they just handing this out to little girls.
Little girls, like, what's she gonna do?
It's apropos, and as much as this movie is like, who is this for? Is it for adults or is it for kids?
Yeah, no.
It seems to be for neither one.
Read the amazing confessions and read about how U.S. Bates finds his wife one day.
I mean, they went all over the city. They went everywhere. They covered every inch of this city, man.
God.
But then you're like, God damn.
Look at this. Employees fired for no reason. Bates exposed. Piece of shit. Scandals.
Yeah.
Jack, I gave out my last one.
Me too. Let's go fishing.
Oh, man, am I tired.
But we did a good job
Yeah,
today.
we sure did, boy. You know what? Let's go fishing because nothing's gonna go wrong at all.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they do. They go fishing. Let's go fishing. They say, let's go fishing. He tells them, let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing for piranhas.
Yeah,
let's fuck with a man who has a lake of piranha fish.
He's a Bond villain.
Owns the entire town.
Yeah, you know how many people he got rid of in that lake? Piranhas? He's probably got a volcano somewhere and shit.
Yeah, would be nothing to throw his black ass in there.
No.
Ain't nobody gonna remember you.
Where's my husband Jack? I don't know.
It's the money.
Oh, it's hilarious, man. And boy, they're like, well, after a hard day of smearing my daddy's name, let's go
fishing.
Let's go get a banana split.
Extra cherries on top.
They spray
Boy,
that
it's
shit
a
all
good
around.
day, boy.
Thing is, you weren't lying. It's all true. Cause this man is he's a terrible person. I mean, he's charming, but he's a terrible person. He just he's a sociopath. He loves wielding his power and and just doing it at other people's expense, just belittling them.
I said, take your pants down. Right here. Right now.
Wait.
I like the way everybody looking at this like it's a mob hit about to happen.
Right.
Like they're about to witness a murder.
Like, you're not really gonna do it, right?
Oh, even Eric is like,
yeah, Eric,
Jesus, man, come on,
I
have
can't
some
look at
self-respect.
I'm sorry about the paper, man. I know you're gonna do you like that.
What he thinking? Shit, he's thinking like, what next?
No, Eric gonna be fine.
And it's funny too because you kind of believe because Jackie Gleason, Ulysses, he like find every one of those newspapers and gather them up so we can shred all of them. It was like normally anybody else said that, I believe that's the lost cause, but him, I think he can intimidate people.
Sure.
There's a random shit just starts happening here. There's a jailbreak.
I forgot about that.
There's a jailbreak in probably the worst precinct in the city because it's a jailbreak that happens by a little kid.
Is a problem?
Boy, you a problem.
Boy, he's quicker than firecrackers.
Who's that with him?
It's just a random
dude, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a random dude following him out.
That's very 70s, 80s comedy. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna go with you, goddamn.
Yeah. And at the end, they just go nuts. Richard Pryor just starts terrorizing this party. He goes on a rampage. He goes on a rampage on a go-kart.
Duck, you suckers!
Move out the way.
Did you hear that? Duck, you suckers.
Duck, you suckers.
Duck, you suckers!
They sped it up too.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
Of course they did.
And tents with no frames, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody going, am I next? Oh, I am.
It just turns into slapstick after a while. I mean, no, it just, I don't know what else to do. So it just start tossing people around. People start doing things like, face planting in chocolate.
You want to get off here? You look like an Eskimo pie!
And Jackie Gleason drives into a swimming pool.
Hey, get away! Look out!
Just run him over.
I don't get that. He was trying to run him over.
Yeah.
And then when he's right there, and then he suddenly was like, no, don't be there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, Martin, how else would you get nice comedy like that if he ran him over?
Good point.
Oh, and there's a pie fight at the end. Oh,
Al Joseph! Sing mommy!
I'll give you an Eskimo pie. What's wrong with you? You okay? Everything okay?
and they keep going.
You gotta go full Stooge on this.
And they keep blowing a horn every time somebody gets hit with a pie.
Yeah.
and of course, there's just a ton of pies.
A ton of
Cream pies. Banana cream pies.
Yeah, cream pies out in the sun. And with all this chaos going on, there's always somebody very serious like, hey, what is the meaning of
And always some woman with a hat on.
Yeah, some woman with a hat gets a pie, knocks her hat off.
Wait, what's happening?
And you gotta do this.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta wipe the pie from your eyes.
Pie from your eyes?
Well, I never.
You said always a serious person. What's happening? Yeah. Oh, no.
George, let's go. And then
and they always retaliate by throwing the pie back.
And they just start setting up. They just start setting up jokes that are way too predictable.
Yes, sir. It's really something.
It took me over a month to set that up.
So, why would a man just randomly set up dominoes in his office again so we can get awesome comedy like this?
I may be a bastard, Mr. Bates, but I don't.
First of all, that's what you set dominoes up for anyway.
I know. And it shouldn't take you a whole month to do that.
Yeah,
right.
You got too much fucking time on your hands if that. What you do is one domino a day.
Yeah. Yes.
And by the way, buy a fucking sculpture. Don't set up dominoes in the middle of your office. Somebody can just fart and tip that thing over.
Anybody can knock it over. And if
Whoever
cleans up can do it.
Yeah.
And they're fired. You get thrown into the piranha pit.
And it's supposed to be a kids movie. But like you said, it's not really for kids. It's not really for adults. It's just the kind of middle of the road of nothing. It's there's a lot of people here called assholes. A lot of sexual innuendo. But they got scenes in here which I don't mind. But they got a lot of titties just jiggling and wiggling.
How do you turn off this goddamn machine?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but it wasn't necessary.
And this movie focuses on those titties a lot.
I wouldn't think this sort of thing would tickle a grown man.
Amazing.
You goddamn right. Like when she walked, I was like, damn.
I mean, yeah, me too. And she's going to that banquet where none of the other women are dressed like that.
No. But they mentioned that she was working at some 2-bit diner when he got her. Pretty much just paid for everything for her. And
that's always a story.
Yeah, now she's actually another slave up in here. I would tell you about to wind this up. That there are genuine moments like we saw with Richard Pryor earlier in the movie. There are genuine moments in here where he's really good with this kid. Like I've seen Richard Pryor in other movies where like Bustin' Loose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like where he's good with kids, man. And these are the parts of the movie where it really does kind of cater to Richard Pryor's true talents.
Tell her how you really feel, Take a chance. Don't worry about your thing. Keep that in your pants for a while. You got plenty of time for that.
You're like, yeah, that ain't happening.
But how do you eat pussy, though?
Look in her eyes, Maybe you don't wear that hat. But,
Tube socks.
Tube socks.
Yeah, and there are moments that he's actually ad-libbing. Like I always thought Richard Pryor, if given the right movie and given a chance, he could actually be a good dramatic actor.
He's done that.
He's done.
What do you do that in?
Well, the movie I mentioned, Some Kind of Hero.
Is
it?
it
More of a drama.
I saw that. Yeah, I remember. Actually, I do. Was what's her name in it? Margot
Kidder. Yeah.
Okay, I saw that. I was like,
yeah, he was a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, I was like, why? I remember that nigga. I was like, he ain't being funny.
Yeah.
Like the first time I saw Moscow on the Hudson with Robin Williams. I'm like,
yeah.
Man, he ain't making me laugh. But yeah, he's good with this kid, man.
Tell her I love you with all of my heart.
He's like, well, you can't stop fucking with me.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, The Mac. That's right. He was in The Mac also.
The what?
The Mac.
The Mac.
And
exploitation movie.
Yeah, and he actually played it kind of straight in Harlem Nights.
I don't think it's a comedy, but JoJo Dancer.
JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling.
Life is Calling, yeah.
So it's funny because as sincere as he gets, and as good as he gets in the moments where they let him kind of sit back and be just a tad bit more serious, it's always followed up with something stupid. It's always followed up with him, they always bring it back to making him look silly as shit, and that's what they meant. And they just had to end the movie like that. They couldn't let it slide.
I know.
They couldn't.
I know.
They said, you know what? Not only are we going to end this movie with him doing some stupid shit, but we're going to do it with the thing that you love the most.
Up yours, you mother. Eugene.
Or you could have just gone back into the house.
No.
And said, fuck you guys.
But that would, again, you wouldn't get comedy genius like this right here.
Right.
Can't you imagine now? Slow that down. He's just out there just flailing.
Flailing and jumping over the yellow line like it's...
Yeah, looking like he'd run away fighting bees and shit.
Yeah.
Driver track him down.
At all the dumb things in this movie, though, you laugh. You bound to laugh at something, even if it's not meant to be that funny. They have a joke in here that is just way too obvious. And maybe that's why I laughed at it, because they just kind of caught me off guard with that. Plus, there's Richard Pryor's reaction to it made me laugh really hard.
Okay, fine. Hi, very pleased to meet you and your sister.
First of all, that was funny. They cut that damn dog. That was a weird cut, but I liked it.
Okay, fine. Hi, very pleased to meet you and your sister.
No.
What?
His name is Jack Brown. Jack Master Bates.
Okay, he laughs so fast like that. That is funny. That's good.
That made me laugh right there.
My bad.
But yeah, folks. Not one of the best movies that takes advantage of Richard Pryor. Takes advantage of Richard Pryor, but not his talents.
Yeah, or Jack. People were excited to have him and Jackie Gleason together.
They sure were.
But Richard Pryor said he hates this. Oh, sorry, hated. He's R.I.P. He hated this movie, but he said the funniest thing was the stories Jackie Gleason would tell on the set.
Really?
Yeah, he said those were funnier than anything that came to this movie.
They made a movie about that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks.